Hello and welcome back to the Self-Love Show with me, Sammy. I'm your host, a clinical hypnotherapist helping women to have identity upgrades. We call it the glow up bubble, so that you're essentially creating the human you want to be, so that then you become a magnet to the relationship, to the success, to the business, to the bestie group that you want. I want you to have this knowledge, the scientific knowledge, to be able to upgrade your life, to live the life that you're supposed to be living. So in today's episode, if you feel like you're behind, you feel like you're never chosen, you feel like you're stuck and you're not living the life you want, but other people seem to be getting it, you are not able to understand why is it not working for me, you're not attracting, you're maybe doing all the manifestation things and nothing's actually sticking, then I'm going to take you through today exactly what you need to do. So today we are doing total identity upgrades. We're doing like factory reset for the magnetic woman. And this is a subconscious level reinvention. This is the thing that actually gave me real physical results. It's what I did for myself back in 2021 when I had such a bad anxious attachment style, extremely low self-esteem. I felt like I was a people pleaser, like I was beneath people, I wasn't as good as others, I wasn't as valuable. I was so afraid of being seen, being rejected, being judged, that it was literally stopping me and keeping me so small from the life that I desperately was trying to manifest in, like this big vision of my life that was not happening. So let's talk about the subconscious blueprint. This is the map to your physical life, and this map is created from the ages of 0 to 7. So in those ages, you are this subconscious mind walking around consuming information, taking on neural pathways of truths about yourself, how life works for you, how men treat you, what relationships are like, how money is for you, whether it's easy to get by, whether it's a struggle to get by. You are creating this entire blueprint in your mind about the truths. So this is called predictive coding. Your mind has then a map that it feels safe and familiar with and takes that as the information to then dissect your whole life down to. So that lens that you have created from those very first monumental years is now impacting your whole adult life and your future unless you update the map. This map obviously is in your subconscious mind. Now, it is a creation of your automatic patterned habits, beliefs, thoughts, feelings, actions, responses, and this is all coming from the experiences, the environments, the traumas, the way that your body deemed was safe for you to respond, how it then helped you to self-sabotage so you weren't rejected or abandoned again. And it is all collected in this blueprint for you and being filtered into your now current life. So you've got a projection that you're individually seeing your whole life through, seeing your partner through, seeing the dating field through, seeing your business and your success through, seeing yourself through, that actually isn't your ultimate destiny, and it was never anything that you asked for. So I thought I was destined to feel the way that I felt about myself. I thought I just wasn't that girl, that I just wasn't the girl who life was working out for. I was feeling beneath other people, wasn't wanted, wasn't valuable, constantly chasing people, afraid that they were all gonna leave, doing everything over time to forcibly make stuff come into my life or keep it in my life. But in actual fact, I didn't realize that it was me the whole time. It was my subconscious blueprint, that map, the entire time that was looping continuously into my life. So it becomes these neural pathways of habitual automatic loops that your mind and your body take over, so you're not even consciously aware that you're doing it. This is the daily dominant thoughts you're not even aware of, the expectations, the stories, the narratives you don't even know are occurring, or they're so automatic you can't stop them. The things that happen in your life that trigger you into chaotic responses that you don't even know where it's come from, it's so dysregulated. That's your map, and that thing is hijacking you. It's molding your life in correlation with those first years of your life. And this is the craziest thing. By neuroplasticity, so using science here, you can update your entire subconscious identity, and therefore updating the thoughts you think, the beliefs you have, the feelings you hold, and the actions you take. And with that, you become a new human and you attract an entirely different life. You see a totally different life. You perceive situations and people completely differently now through your new self-image. Your self-image is what you believe about you. I'm good enough, I'm valuable, I'm loved, I'm stunning, I'm attractive, I'm always wanted, I'm always successful, I'm the golden girl, things always work out for me, I'm the luckiest girl alive. Or usually for the girls that come to me, just like where I was at, I'm beneath people, I'm not good enough, nothing ever works out for me, it's not easy for me, I've got to fight, struggle and hustle, I'm invisible, I'm uninterested, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, you name it. Those I ams are your self-concept. That's your identity. Now, the best way for me to explain identity for you, if you look after yourself, you define yourself as being someone who is fit and healthy. So you probably define yourself as being somebody who takes care of the way that they look, who takes care of their image, who takes care of their health, who exercises, who eats really well. That's your I am, that's your identity. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't take care of their health and image and their body and their mental well-being, they'd be defining themselves as I'm unorganized, I can't commit to something, I can't stick it out, I'm a hot mess, I never follow through on doing what I say I'm going to do. I can't keep my promises. I'm always falling off the wagon. Those are your identity. Now that leaks into every single area of your life, your relationships, whether you believe you're a girl that works out for, it comes easy to, people love you, they adore you, they're drawn to you, or whether you believe that like in business, clients come to you, money comes to you, you're a magnet, you're a genius, you're the best in the industry, or the polar opposite. They are your self-concepts, your identity, and then that is the predictive coding your mind has to filter everything through for you. If you've got a low self-esteem and you feel like you're invisible and you're going into a social event, your mind will be narrating, no one likes me, no one's talking to me, they've got clicks over there, but nobody's coming over to me. Why does nobody like me? I feel so uncomfortable. And you'll convince your body into such self-sabotage that you'll probably leave the event, never take invites again, become so introvert and dominantly believe now that people don't like you. And with that belief, you're filtering it through into the environment and you're getting confirmation bias of it. Even if somebody bent over backwards to try and make you feel welcomed, you would be on negativity bias, hypervigilance, looking for what you believe. Your mind can't give you anything what is down to those dominant filters. But if you put that in the opposite to somebody who's got a very high self-esteem and really, really confident and very secure in themselves, they could walk into a room and whether anybody paid them attention or not, they would be feeling confident, they'd be feeling comfortable, they'd be enjoying themselves, they'd be noticing all the good things occurring. They would go out of their way to maybe start up a conversation with somebody else because they don't have this desperate desire or need for someone to fulfill their needs that they've already met. They already feel good, they already feel confident, and that love, that energy, that changes rooms that you walk into, that changes relationships, that makes other people feel good. So because you don't have this desperation that you're putting a responsibility on somebody else come and make you feel okay, you become the one that can move the room, start the conversations, feeling really good, feeling really vibey, feeling really magnetic and really enjoying yourself. So that dominant narrative will be in accordance with what that version of you's filter is at. I'm confident, I'm loved, I'm good enough, people really enjoy my company, I stand out, I'm magnetic, everywhere I go I make friends. That will be filtered into your reality. That perspective is then how you will perceive that night, that social event. So you're not broken, there's nothing wrong with you, you just need an identity upgrade. And when we're talking about being a magnetic woman, what I mean is making your subconscious programming so individual to the desires that you have, that you want, that you become a magnet to exactly what you want. You code your mind and you regulate your emotional state in alignment with a version of you who already has it. And you do that even without the proof or evidence. The magnetic version of you, what would her inner dialogue be like? Because this is where it starts. Your words are your wand. Your speech is your spells. What you're saying unconsciously, that automatic loop that's from the map created from 0 to 7 and then just added to, That is wiring as neural pathways in your mind, and that's updating your reticular activating system, and that is then making it be filtered through to you. So it isn't just some little woo-woo thing, your inner dialogue, your self-talk, your speech. It's the most powerful thing you could get a hand on so that you upgrade your belief systems. So the version of you now, how is she speaking about herself? How are you speaking about your life? How are you speaking in the most triggered and challenging situations? So this could be in the dating field, it could be in your current relationship, it could be with your business. What are those? Catch them for me, your dominant inner dialogue in regards to those specific areas of your life, which are the ones that you want to upgrade. When you have this self-awareness and you become aware of what that automatic speech is, this is the best news ever, because now you can clarify what your specific belief systems are that are wired into your map, and then you get to upgrade it. You can truly be whoever you want to be. It just takes a little energy, effort, persistence, and devotion to becoming obsessed with who you know that you can be, with your future self, instead of so tied and obsessed and drawn to your past, the history, the pain, the trauma, the things that hurt you. Now, all of that stuff is valid. Everybody's had a difficult history, some worse than others, and I would never take that away from someone. But by holding on to that map and those pathways and those automatic responses, not changing yourself, you're never going to change your future. You'll never change your destiny. That is truly your power. Your whole life is being filtered through to you, copy and pasted to you, reflected to you by your dominant subconscious identity, by those automatic patterns, by that predictive coding that your brain dissects, decodes your life through. Once you get that updated, and it does take initial energy and effort, it does take humbling yourself, it does take holding on to and knowing what your big why is for your future, so that you don't just give up and self-sabotage and stay small and settle and can't be bothered. Like, have that vision of your big why, of who you know you can be and where you can go. That's the thing that's going to motivate you when it's initially hard, because do not forget, this map and this blueprint has been automatically taking over your actions, your feelings, and your thoughts, your perspectives for the entirety of your life. You could be 30, 35, 40 onwards. That's a long period of time for something to be fired and wired. But with repetition, persistence, and empowered by elevated emotions, because your subconscious accepts what it actually feels to be true, you will be able to update what that map is. You'll be able to update that blueprint, and you'll be able to update what you then get filtered through to you. So AKA what you attract, what you're a magnet to, what you're just expecting, just who you are. So going from that example, imagine you're someone that doesn't take care of themselves, doesn't eat healthy, and doesn't exercise. You will become the version of yourself that looks after herself. She eats well, she gets her body moving. You can become the identity, the version of you, because every version is available. Every single one you can select and just hold on to until you upgrade. The version of you who takes care of herself, she eats well, she does Pilates, she gets her steps in, she goes to sleep, she takes her magnesium, she does her skincare, she cares about how she looks. You can identify as her, and then from the identification, that changes your inner dialogue. You become disciplined, you become organized, you become committed to yourself and your health and feeling really good. And then that changes what you take out of the fridge. That changes what you do at night when you feel like binge eating on chocolate or drinking like 2 bottles of wine. That identity is what impacts those actions, your I ams. I am a girl who looks after myself. I am a girl who eats really well. I'm a girl that takes my magnesium. I'm a girl that's in bed by 9:30. I'm a girl that likes a little bit of chocolate, but I'm not going to eat too much because I care about how I feel tomorrow. I'm a girl who wants to look and feel really, really good. Those I ams impact the actions. So get really clear on where you're at. What's that inner dialogue? What's your self-concept right now? What are you a magnet to at the minute? And then get really clear on what you want to upgrade yourself to be a magnet to. It's only you who can choose this. It's only you who needs to be convinced of who you're going to be, your future self. And it's only you that can do the reprogramming. It's absolutely up to nobody else giving you permission or validation. An amazing story of mine when I first uncovered about the subconscious mind and the neural pathways. This is actually the thing in my life that made me then look into training as what I am now, a clinical hypnotherapist. When I was 14, I had extremely low self-worth issues. I was battling with multiple eating disorders. That's what it manifested into. I was anxiously attached to the nth degree. I was so afraid of what people thought about me, anybody rejecting me. I would skip school, do all the things so that I just felt like I was safe, so that I couldn't put myself in like those painful positions anymore. And it manifested into the eating disorders because I was trying to control my emotional state of this overwhelming feelings of pain within me and use food to cope with it. And what that ended up being was years worth of binge eating disorder up until my early 20s. I then read the book, The Brain Over Binge, and in this book it taught me that there's not anything wrong with me. I'm not an absolute mess. I don't need to pay thousands to go into an eating disorder rehab. I mean, I'd tried all the things. I'd invested in counselling and nothing was working. What it taught me was all about the automatic loops, the habits and the behaviors and the responses that we do over and over again creates the neural pathways. So just imagine you're walking down a field and there's a path. If you wanted to make a new path, you're going to need to go over and over and over it until it's treaded down and it's easy access. The best example actually is when you go to work, you don't even think about what you're doing anymore because you've done it so much. It's such a wired automatic behavior. You don't have to think about driving the car or where you're going to go. You know exactly. Your brain, your subconscious has deeply imprinted that route. So I uncovered this, and what I did was I created a habit that I was going to replace the binge eating with. Now I knew when I was doing the binge eating, and so I created a habit that was very specific, and what I replaced the food with, and then what I did physically, like as an example, I made sure I shut the kitchen door so I knew this is it, you're not going back in, and I would go and like hang out and listen to podcasts or do whatever I was doing in a spare bedroom. So I was, at this time I was living in a flat, so it was like the lounge and the kitchen were together. So I would get myself completely out of any area of food. And I wrote myself up a calendar and I wrote days 1 to 66. And I ticked every single day off, even though initially it was incredibly uncomfortable. My mind desperately wanted me to binge eat. It desperately was convincing me with the inner dialogue that, oh, you love the food, you want to eat the food, it will make you feel better. But I knew what my big why was. I wanted to change my life. I knew I couldn't do that and have this eating disorder. I knew I couldn't have children and have this eating disorder. It was totally taking away and sabotaging my life and keeping me small. I stuck to it. I had my big why that kept me going, that kept the momentum going, even when my mind was telling me otherwise. It almost felt like your body could literally die because it is so dominantly obsessed with those natural automatic habits you've repeated over and over that it thinks that this is what you want, this is familiar, this is safety, this is what we do. So every single day I chose a different pattern. Instead of the food, I did something else, and I did exactly the same thing every single day. By 60 days and onwards, I didn't have to tick it off anymore because it became so automatic. It is now just what I did. I was no longer within 60 days a girl who binge ate, and I did that for over a decade. So from there, I knew the power of neuroplasticity and how if I could change that, I can change anything. So your subconscious mind, it doesn't care about the past. It cares about what's repeated, what feels emotional, like what feels like it's happening now, and what is fully embodied in you. So the new human that you can create yourself to be, totally in your hands and in your control. And your world does become revolved around you because it gets filtered down through the new pathways that you're going to persist in and repeat, even in the absolute polar opposite, even without evidence and even without proof. This is called future self mental rehearsal, and there is an abundance of science behind this. So ask yourself, what version of you are you done with? What version of you do you not want to be running the show anymore? Who do you want to be that would be living the life that you want, the relationship, the business success, the besties, the body? What do you want? And the version of you, the character of you that you can reinvent yourself into. Anybody can do this work. Who is she? Who is she that's already living that life? And now you want to be loading the emotional data into your subconscious. What does this magnetic, irresistible, oozy, self-confident version of you feel like? Is it like this absolute bliss bubble? Is it joy? Is it a celebrity energy? Is it gratitude? Is it appreciation? Does she feel nothing but overwhelming love? Is she swimming in money? How is she feeling on a daily basis? Already living what you want. So in the rehearsal of your future self, your imagination is more true than your past. It's more true than what you're seeing in front of you. That's just a creation, that's just a filter and a perception of what your subconscious believed in those first 0 to 7 years of your life. With repetition, your body begins to believe that this is who you are. With repetition of self-talk, with the emotions, with the actions, with the I am, this is who I am, this is what I do now, this is who I am, and this is what I expect now. With the abundance of self-worth overflowing in now your value as a human, the universe, the physical stuff, it gets the memo and it has no choice but to update to the version of you that you've already become, because your body has now accepted it as true. Your nervous system feels normal with it. Your mind feels like it's already done. And so you've broken up with the old identity. You are not bondage to her. You do not have to live that life. You can honestly be whoever you want to be, and you can achieve anything you see anybody else has done. You can achieve that big vision that I know you've got, and you're wondering why it's not working out for you. It's not because there's anything wrong with you. It's not because you're unworthy of it or you don't deserve it or because you're not good enough. It's because you subconsciously do not identify as the version of you who already has it. It can sound too simple that with the way that you speak to yourself and using things throughout your day to anchor it in, like I love to use the shower, I love my coffees, I love walking my children to school and hoovering, like to use it as the time to speak as my future self. It can sound like it's too easy, but it's not. You are using science, you're upgrading your subconscious identity, and as you repeat anything within time, and it doesn't matter the amount of time that it takes, with time, your mind and your body believes that this is now you. You've repeated it so much as an automatic patterned loop. This now becomes your new predictive coding. This becomes your new map. This becomes your new blueprint. And the most important part of feeling the elevated emotions is, aside from the fact your subconscious is run by emotions, so that's then how it will accept a new neural wiring, a new belief system, but you feel so phenomenal. The end thing that you desire is because of the way that it's going to make you feel. So if you're already embodying, being that girl, the it girl, feeling that energy, feeling that vibe, feeling a blissful, joyful, abundant, loving bubble, feeling powerful, feeling confident, feeling love with yourself, you're not going to be so desperate for the stuff outside of you to move. When you detach from the desperation to need physical things to manifest so that you've then got proof that this is working, that's actually when it happens, because your body's accepted that this is now who you are. You don't need that stuff. You've already become her. You're already feeling like her. You're feeling amazing. You're feeling a vibe. You're feeling in love with yourself. You're feeling in love with life. You're feeling grateful. You're feeling appreciative. And you'll be so shocked at how quickly things start to change in your life that come to you. I've been one way and I've been the other. And I've seen, especially in my business, and especially in relationships, like those two things are so powerful to watch, how different your emotional state is to how they move. When I feel in a good vibe, when I'm feeling joyful, when I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world and I'm feeling like an absolute bliss, money pours in and my relationships are incredible. When my mood is low, even if I'm doing the subconscious updating with the hypnosis talks and the reprogramming, even if I do that, but if my mood is still low, it feels like I'm lying to myself. It feels like this isn't sticking, it's not working. It takes a lot of energy and effort. So the elevated emotions are a paramount piece of this formula. So you want to speak from this new frequency. You want to speak from this new version of you. You want to have micro things in your day where you can anchor in her self-talk, celebrate it's already done, it's already occurred. You'll sound insane, you'll sound delusional, but that's why the CEO of ChatGPT said the most successful people are the ones who delusionally believe in themselves. That's the same for love. That's the same for anything. If you delusionally believe in your ability to upgrade your subconscious identity and that it will work out for you, having that certainty that the vision you want of your desire is already yours and it's just coming, it's going to happen for you, because you'll be able to hold the character in that state, hold the character in that knowing, especially when you're going through like the quantum crumble where your past life is falling apart around you. Something I love to do is build an environment around me that makes me feel abundant, loved, rich, luxury, expensive. I want to treat myself like I want my universe to treat me. I want to treat myself like I really matter. I'm really important. Like I am in the position in my life that I want to be. I would be valuing myself beyond belief. So I'm going to move my environment to reflect that now, with the coffee I drink, with the candles I light, with the way I look after myself, with my health, with the way that I dress in the morning, with my sleep habits, my magnesium. I go to bed. I do the things that impact my mind positively. My vessel is like royalty to me, and therefore that's how I treat myself with my environment and what I put upon my body. So you can select an entirely new character. You can recreate the human you are. Your life does not have to follow the automatic path of predictable coding that your past decided for you. Your life right now can have a total reset, a rebirth, a reinvention, and it is only you who can do it. It's only you who's in charge of it. You are the most powerful individual in your world, in your life. If you put in the energy and effort to fall so madly in love with your future self that you believe that you're already her, it's going to happen for you so fast. I've created a brand new hot off the press freebie for you, the Magnetic Woman's Secrets. So you can sign up for that through the link that I've put onto the podcast show notes, or if you come and follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Self-Love Bars, you'll be able to find all my links there, the freebie and all the other links to come and work with me. I cannot wait for 2026 and all of you girls becoming the most magnetic versions of yourselves and falling so in love with who you are, so in love with where your life is going, that you never settle for bare minimum again, that you stop believing that you're beneath other people and you start valuing yourself to the same degree. You embody your future self before the future stuff comes in. And with that, I look forward to speaking with you on the next episode.